Okay, so we go back to our PowerPoint. We have membranes. The cutaneous membrane is your skin. You have the membrane in synovial joints. You have the membrane that lines your peritoneum or lines your body cavities. And I'm forgetting one. So a barrier, cover and protect, epithelium plus connective tissue, and 4 types of membranes. Some membranes secrete mucus in your oral cavity and your airways. Mucus moistens the surface and traps debris and dirt and so on. Lines cavities that connect to the exterior, such as your digestive tract and your respiratory tubes. Serous lines the internal cavities. It's a watery fluid that moistens the surface so that these membranes remain without friction so that your lungs can move around and your guts can move around in the cavity. The peritoneal membrane is the membrane that surrounds and lines the body cavities, such as the abdominal, pleural, pelvic, and pericardial membranes. Skin covers your body, waterproofs your body. Synovial membranes line joints, secrete a slippery fluid to lubricate the joint, like in your knee and elbow. So there's mucous membranes lining your digestive tract and respiratory tract, parts of it. The serous membrane, which lines the body cavities, such as the peritoneal cavity, which is the abdominal pelvic cavity. It lines your pleural cavity, lines your pericardial cavity. The cutaneous membrane is loose connective tissue with stratified squamous tissue on the exposed to the air. So that's skin. So then we have the synovial membrane. So those are the 4 types of membranes. Okay, muscle tissue. So muscle, what does it do? Muscle has these filaments that contract. There's 3 types of muscle tissue: skeletal, a voluntary muscle; cardiac muscle; smooth muscle. Cardiac muscle is found only in the heart. Smooth muscle is found in blood vessels, in the digestive system for causing your digestive tubes to be able to move food around and to mix food for digestion and so on. So cardiac muscle pumps blood, skeletal muscle contracts to move us, and smooth muscle is in our blood vessels and in our digestive tract. Smooth muscle plays a role in controlling the diameter of blood vessels to help adjust blood pressure as the adjustment is needed. So, for instance, suppose you are eating, the blood vessels to your muscles, the small arteries will shut down because you want to get blood to your digestive system, where the small arteries will expand when the smooth muscle relaxes. So all of this muscle is regulated in your digestive system and blood vessels. The heart is intrinsically rhythmic. The heart beats on its own. It's modified by input from the nervous system. Skeletal muscle is stimulated by nerves to contract. So let's look at so read through this, look at skeletal muscle. What it looks like, it's long filaments that have these vertical stripes perpendicular to the long axis of the muscle fiber. And we'll see when we get to muscle what causes that. So this is voluntary muscle that's multinucleate, and it has these stripes or striations that run perpendicular to the long axis of the muscle fiber. All skeletal muscle does is contract. So it does these things. Fibers are tied together by loose connective tissue, contain these stripes, contain many nuclei, controlled by the voluntary nervous system, and moves and stabilizes the skeleton. Cardiac muscle is only in the heart. Short branch fibers, single nucleus, is also striated. It beats on its own. It has involuntary. You don't have to say heartbeat. Obviously, the heart is very important in circulating the blood and maintaining blood pressure. So cardiac muscle is branched. It has one or two nuclei, these intercalated discs or gap junctions, because as the heart is depolarized by spontaneous depolarization or by spontaneous changes in the flow of ions or electrical current, the intercalated discs allow a coordinated movement of the electrical current through the heart so that it beats, that these muscle cardiac fibers beat from top to bottom and are able to expel blood, to move it around the body to maintain uh, circulatory blood pressure and blood volume. So the heart beats every day. We don't have to give it any pay. It works along. We don't have to sing a song. It's amazing how long it works. So take care of your heart by eating a plant-based diet, whole food diet. And nobody will do this, but if you want to live longer, stop eating dairy and meat. Smooth muscle. The cells are short. There's no striations. They're involuntary contraction found in blood vessels, urinary bladder, digestive organs, and uterus. What do they look like? They look like little cigars with the ends pinched. There's one nucleus per cell. They form layers of cells attached together to get rid of your urine, control the size of blood vessels, move food along your lumen, and expel the embryo or the fetus from the uterus. Let's stop there. Stop recording.